Hi, I'm Peter. This is the Peter on Health channel. This video is called Conspiracy Theory Flip in Only 2 Years. So, if you recall, like the gene therapy came out in early 2021. Right now it's early 2023. That's 2 years. And I'm on the CDC website, and you can see at least one dose under the CDC data. They're saying 81% of Americans took at least one jab. Okay? And I'm in the 19% who are jabless, didn't even take one. And so you think about it, like I'm like in the 19%. We're the weirdos, we're the conspiracy theorists. So back like 2 years ago, my friends were calling me a freeloader, a grandma killer, a blah, 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 conspiracy theorist, like whatever, right? They were lining up to get the jab. All right, so then let's see, completed primary series. I'm not sure what that means, but maybe you got 2 jabs, maybe you got a jab and a booster. Now you're down to under 70%, so we got a 10% drop. I'm still in the conspiracy theory crowd. This is late 2021 when the boosters came out. And but I'm now like up to 30% of us. Like, we're like, yeah, no jab for me. Now look at this one, the updated bivalent booster, the one that has Omicron in it, 16.4%. According to the CDC, it might be even lower than that, who knows, right? That's even lower than the 19% that I was in 2021. So I go hiking with a friend who is in the 30% of the mass formation psychology, theory that's presented in this book by Matthias Desmet. I highly recommend it. He believes all the propaganda, would have a Fauci, lawn sign if he could. Like, he's just that guy. Like, he's taken 5 jabs. He would take more when they come out. He just believes all the propaganda. And so I go hiking with him like once a month, and I've been doing it right through the pandemic. And what's interesting is, and I laugh, I say, this is amazing. Like 2 years ago, I was like one of 19%, among the 19% of Americans who were conspiracy theorists who said, no jab for me. And 2 years later, you getting this bivalent jab are even in a more narrow group of conspiracy theorists who took the bivalent jab. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's flipped. Just according to the CDC data, it's probably even more extreme than that. CDC likes to lie. But what I'm saying is, like, even you just take their data as true, like we went from 81% of Americans taking one jab to only 16.4% of them taking the bivalent. And so I'm saying, if you were in that 16.4%, you, my friend, are now a conspiracy theorist. You are now believing shit that like 84% of Americans think is hogwash, right? So isn't that fascinating? I mean, think if you were like, remember the Kennedy assassination, and you're like, that didn't come from the grassy knoll. I mean, the book, depository came from the grassy knoll. Like, the head blew off this way, and then, they did the Warren Commission, and it was like, physics, you don't understand physics. But, by the time the Zapruder film came out, Americans said, holy shit, because they didn't see the Zapruder film. And then another 10 years later, the Church Commission said, yeah, it was probably a conspiracy. 50 years later now, or 60 years later, because I was born in 63, that's right, so 60 years later, most people think, yeah, probably if you polled Americans, at least 50% go, there was something a little more than Oswald in a book depository there. You're not telling us the whole story. And but that took like 50, 60 years to get Americans that way. 2 years on the gene therapy jabs. 2 years. 2 years ago, I was the weirdo. Today, my propagandist friend is the weirdo. Man, we're living in interesting times.